What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Miami Love and Hip Hop Miami season 2 episode. I forgot, but I put the right one in the thing. This is the season finale, and I'll be honest with y'all, I was here for it. I'm ready for this season to be over. This season just didn't do a lot for me. But anyway, let's just go ahead and jump into it. So we start off with baby blue. Whoa. He works for Clear Vision now, and he gave us his resume, which I'll be honest, I didn't know a lot of that he was doing, that he had written songs for, some really popular artists, and I knew he was still doing music, but I just didn't know, how, I guess, successful it was. And Clear Vision, who's the same people that signed Bobby, signed him on, or hired him, I should say, to be head of something. And he's actually working with Bobby right now with his, getting his career on track. And Baby Blue feels like he has a future. He was like, it's something about this guy that I really like. So that's all great. Sounds like Bobby made the right decision with going with Clear Vision, and they're actually working with him and doing some things with his music. Spectacular's bachelor party is coming up, and Baby Blue was like, I invited everybody, including Pleasure P, so they're going to clear the air, what have you. So we see that going on. The ladies, Jessie Woo, Tip, Michelle Pooch, and Shay are having a spa day. Seems like Shay and Jessie Wood had some beefs over some internet stuff, some stuff Jessie said. Jessie does a lot of clown stuff. Not clown, comedy. I don't want to call her clown. There's a lot of comedy stuff on her Instagram, and I guess Shay was the butt of some jokes, and she wasn't really feeling it too much. But they cleared the air, and they were like, we cool. And so they were having a nice little spa day, and come to find out that Jessie is, not only did she get her song that she had done, but she's also been invited to perform at Carnival down in Florida and down in Miami, and that's a big deal. And so they're all excited. They said they're gonna come, and Shay was saying she didn't know she was gonna make it, and then she opened up to the ladies about her medical condition, and they were like, girl, you better come on out and have a good time. And she was like, you know what, you right, I can't sit around and worry or be depressed about what it is that's gonna happen or not gonna happen. So that was cool. Amara and Pleasure P working on a video for a song that he has coming out, and I actually kind of like that song. I hope it's available, because I kind of like that song. I had a little, and Amara, it was nice. I liked the song. I thought it was cool. So they got to talking or whatever, and Pleasure was just basically saying how, in this industry, you just gotta, you gotta be careful with who you mess around with. He said, I went to Australia, I cleared my head, and I realized that it just wasn't really no love there with me and the guys, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. He said that, they've been reaching out to him, but he just ain't really trying to talk about it, because that's just where he is right now. He said, he said that he kind of pulled back on doing the song with Amara because of his relationship with not Jessie. Y'all know who I'm talking about, shit. He said, but then he come back, and Amara, and they ain't even friends anymore. So it's like, well, it is what it is, But he said, whenever I have issues with people and it just gets to be too much, I just pull back. So that's what he did. And oh, the song is available. I just saw it pop up on my screen. All right, cool. We're gonna get with that. I'm gonna have to download that, because I like that. I really did like that. Bust the Wine is called. Bust the Wine. I'm gonna have to check it out. Anyway, so they just kind of were talking, and she was sharing with him, why her and old girl fell out, and with Bobby, and if you friends with my enemy, then me and you can't be cool, and that kind of thing. We see Jessie perform at Carnival, and everything looked nice. Shay looked good, Shay, you look good, girl. She been working on that body, and it looked nice, and it looked like it was a nice performance, and everybody was, bopping to the song, and Jessie said, hey, this lets me know that I can make good music, and I'm gonna keep moving in that direction. Trick has a friend that's just gotten out of jail after 22 years. And they're talking about how the criminal justice system and how he wants to really work towards just kind of piggybacking on last week with the situation with the vigil and stuff last week and the violence and how they want to just keep moving in that direction. Because this is, y'all know this is a finale, so they just wrapping all this stuff up. So Veronica Vega performing at Pride. Bobby was there. Hollywood was there to support her. Tip was there to support her. And it was all good. She had a great performance. Prince was there with his girlfriend. And it was a great performance. She sang Guantanamera. And then she went from that into her, Don't Look. I think her single is called Don't Look Back. And, of course, Hollywood was like, I was bopping, I was rolling to the Guantanamera, then all of a sudden she pussy popping and twerking, and I was like, okay, I don't know how we got from there to there, but it's a bop, it's cool. And, we see her talking to her grandmother and everything. Her grandmother was proud of her, and, it was cool. She thought it was great. Then Bobby says that he know that him and Prince ain't as cool as they used to be and all that good stuff. He said, but I got some tea for them. He said he had been hanging out with Mr. Chaotic, and Chaotic told Bobby that he wanted to get with Liz. A little more vulgar than that, but y'all can read between the lines. Now, Prince's thing was, I'm not sure if Bobby told me that to be on the friendship side or if he told me that on the messy side, but neither here nor there. I'm going to have to explore it further. He was like, I thought me and Chaotic was cool. However, I've seen how Chaotic move. And he can be a little shady. We saw what he did with Joy. And we saw Chaotic said in his confessional himself that he wanted to get with, I don't know why. Y'all know I'm horrible with names. Anyway, get with his girlfriend. So, of course, Prince is he pissed off about that. Trina has her album release party. Her album is actually out now, and I like it. I'm a Trina fan, so I like it. Trick shows up. He said, I'm showing up to show some love, some support. And this was one of those scenes that I didn't really... Maybe I need to go back and look at it again, because it seemed like Trina went from 0 to 100 in like 0.2 seconds, and then put Trick out the damn venue. Trick was saying, I'm glad you came out with your solo album. It's time for us to, give the people what they really want. They want TNT. He said, look, I can't go into a regular studio. I need a stripper pole. I need this. I need that. And Joy said, you know what? That is great. But how about before you start having a stripper pole and the strippers around and all of that, how about you get rid of your wife first? She said, I'm just right here. How about you get rid of the wife? And then she starts talking about, you know what? I'm so glad that my cousin gave me the rest of the money to divorce you. And Trina's face said, bitch, don't you tell him that. Like, her face said it. But once Joy said it, she stood in it. She ain't back down from it. But it was almost like, no, don't you tell him I gave you that money. She said, so you be looking for a process server to come to your door. He go, Trick, don't send nobody to my door. I was like, yeah, that might not be a good idea, Joy. You might want to catch his ass at the beach or something. You might not want to bring a process server to his door. Florida is a stand your ground state. That's all I'm gonna say. So Liz, that's Prince's girlfriend's name, Liz. So they get to arguing and they get all loud. Now, mind you, Trina, you were at your own party, an album release party, an industry party, and you getting all loud and cussing him out and told him to get out and walking off and stuff. And I was like, come on, this ain't even real. Like, Trina, you too much of a professional for this to really be real. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so that's how that went down. Then on the other side of the party, we had Prince, Jessie Woo, Tip, Liz. Was Bobby there first? Bobby was there, but I'm not sure if he was at the beginning. But Tip ends up getting into it with Prince and basically calls Prince out about Liz. Prince is talking about him and Bobby's friendship. That's how it kind of went down. And Bobby was there. And Prince was like, you know what? Tip was like, Prince uses you as a pawn, Liz, in his little game. And here's the thing. Tip cleaned it up, but what I think Tip was saying basically was, Liz is your beard, know your position and play your role. That's kind of how I took that. However, she cleaned it up. She cleaned it up a little bit, and Prince got mad. He walked off with Liz, and Tip was like, no, he didn't. Like, did he just like walk off from me? Like, we're friends. Why would he walk off from me like that? So Tip turns around and starts telling Jesse Wu, like, he really don't want me to tell what I could tell, because he talking about something. He gonna tell me that he don't even really want to be with her anymore. And he don't even love her anymore. But we supposed to just accept her being around and accept her, her back in his life. When you done already told us that you don't really love her. You only using her to move back and forth between Bobby. And again, that innuendo was there. That underlying innuendo. I ain't saying what is or what isn't. I'm just saying what it seemed like, right? So then we have Jesse Wu and Tip. Amara rolls up with Pleasure P. I'm not giving this no whole lot of energy. They got to arguing back and forth about you said you and your mama could get it. Tip tried to clear it up, talking about something. Well, when people get to arguing, when you from our side of town, you get to arguing, you be like, well, you and your mama can get it. She don't literally mean she gonna fight your mama. And Jesse Wu was like, no, I mean, she could get it. So they get to arguing, but then they decide they really like each other. Y'all really cool. You know what? I really like what you do on social media. I think you're really talented too, Amara. Let's be friends. We've been arguing about this shit the whole season. And now we just gonna be... Okay. Back to the other side of the party. Prince, Tip. So Tip and Bobby end up approaching Prince and Liz. They walk off, and then Prince comes back without Liz. And they get to talking. And basically what Prince's thing is, yeah, I said all that stuff about Liz when we weren't together. I didn't want to be with her anymore. I didn't love her anymore. And I confided that in Tip. And for her to throw that back at me and throw it back at Liz was really kind of fucked up. Now, Tip ain't no dummy. That ain't what you said when you and Liz weren't together. That's what you said when y'all got back together. Tip ain't no dummy. She know the difference and she know what's up. So anyway, they get to talking, and the three of them get to talking, and basically Bobby was like, well, I understand why we not friends anymore. I know, that I fucked it up. I know that I know what I did, and I'm sorry. And they get to... I guess they made up. Because it was stupid. Prince is crying, and he was like, I mean, I never did nothing to you. I never did nothing to you. I mean, what? I knocked your hat off your head. Okay, so I'm sorry I knocked your hat off your head, but I didn't even do nothing. And Tip, me and you ain't even been... She said, you ain't been around. Y'all haven't been around. Me and you ain't been... And it's funny because they, like, standing this far, like, and it's all these, like... supposedly random people in the middle, but that's really security. Like, they sitting there just waiting for something to pop off, because I'm like, y'all really having this personal conversation in front of all these random strangers in the middle of a party? Really? And he was like, Tip, me and you ain't been hanging together as much. I mean, that's on me. Communication go two ways, but Bobby, me. I just can't be alone. So when me and you weren't friends anymore, that's when he got back with Liz. Y'all see how you see? Okay. Translation, when me and you broke up, I went back to my old thing. But I mean, if you want to come knock on my door later on the night, I'll probably answer. So I guess they made up. I don't know. And honestly, I don't really care. So then we get to the bachelor party. It's a casino theme. It looks really nice. Chaotic is there. It looked like it's a nice little scene or whatever. It looked like it was a nice party. My girlfriend had a bachelorette party, and it was a casino theme. It was really cute because she loved the casino. And there are companies that'll come to your house and set it up and do the whole casino thing. Now we weren't playing with real money, which they probably were playing with real money, but it was fun. It was a fun night. So they looked like they were having a really good time. Chaotic and Prince shows up and asks Chaotic to go talk outside, and he confronts Chaotic about the whole Liz situation. And once again, they got a car in between them, right? Who does that? But Prince is going, Prince called him a bitch and talking about, that was really fucked up. And what if I said I would, that I wanted to screw your sister? Chaotic was like, you going, like, My sister? You want to screw my sister? And then he gonna say, so what Chaotic gonna say in his confessional was, you've been talking shit about Liz. Everybody here, you talking shit about Liz. You don't treat Liz no kind of way, and you want to compare that to my sister? Like, nah, that ain't the same. So of course Chaotic jumps over the car. He ends up landing in the car because the car, it was like one of those cars with like no roof. He lands in the car, and of course security gets them or whatever. But that's how that went down. And Chaotic was like, look, I got bigger things to worry about than this bullshit. Like, this is just air to me. Last but not least, Pleasure P shows up to the bachelorette party. Him, Spectacular, and Baby Blue end up having a conversation. Long story short, because I'm not dragging that out. Long story short, Pleasure was like, he just felt like the love was gone with them, and it just wasn't making him happy anymore. And so they agreed that they were going to work on the friendship, start from ground zero, and build their friendship up, because they realized that outside of doing music, they weren't really friends anymore. And that's what Pleasure wanted. That's what he was missing. He needed his friends back. Really family. He kept saying his family. He needed his family. And then they did the whole little wrap-up thing, but the reunion starts, so that whole little wrap-up thing don't mean shit. Let's see what go down at the reunion. But with that being said, I'll do the reunion tomorrow. Hope y'all have a good evening. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.